Why we like cloud computing. Hello, welcome to Edge University. I'm Jeffrey Rickard. In this lesson, I will discuss why we like running software in the cloud. By doing so, we will lay the foundation for understanding the challenges of edge computing. If the cloud taught us anything, it's that nobody wants a server. They want what a server provides for them, which is software. We want the application. The server is just a necessity, a means to an end. Today, because of cloud, if you want an application, you open a browser on your laptop, type in the web address, push the Create Account button, and boom, you have your application, even enterprise applications. Now compare that experience with what was necessary in the 1990s. First, you had to buy a server. It was a multi-tier application, then you had to buy multiple servers. If you needed disaster recovery, then you'd have to buy more servers for your DR site. The server was a capital expense. It had to be depreciated over a 3-year period, which meant you were stuck with the server you bought the day one for 3 years, which meant that you had to calculate what your server load would be 3 years from now and buy that size. Good luck with that. Then you had to buy and install an operating system. Then you had to buy and install a database, and then only then could you install your software. But of course, every software had a list of dependencies, so the install process would fail with missing utility X. When you tried to install the utility, it would fail with missing library Z version 2.5, and so on and so on. And after that, you would finally have your application. But it didn't stop there. Every 6 to 12 months, you'd have to upgrade the software, which may need an upgrade with your operating system, your database, maybe even your hardware. Oh, the joy. It's not that cloud computing has dramatically decreased our cost. It has dramatically decreased our pain. As a customer, you can focus on what you want, which is the application, and not worry about servers, operating systems, databases, updates. In fact, instead of waiting months for changes, you have them continuously with no effort on your part. That is why, as a customer, we love cloud. As bad as it was for the customer before the cloud, one could argue it was just as bad or worse for the software vendor. He had to write his software to support all kinds of hardware, different operating systems, different databases. All those exceptions made the software much more complicated. The vendor was on the hook to support software in the customer's environment, an environment which the vendor had little or no visibility, let alone control. Changes of the software can only be released every few months because of the impact it had on the customer. Sometimes customers would refuse to upgrade for years, forcing the vendor to support multiple versions of the same application. Every year, the vendor had to go hat in hand to beg the customer to renew his support contract. There would be haggling and last-minute price slashing. And then there was the added problem of knowing just how many licenses your customer was actually running. What a mess. The cloud changes the scenario for the software vendor. The software is now deployed in an environment the vendor controls. He has to support one environment, his own. That means a huge cost in running a software company, the support team, shrinks dramatically. The software vendor can deploy software updates at will. There is no continuous delivery without cloud. The vendor now has complete visibility into how his customer uses software. And here's the best thing of all for the software vendor, that is, he can sell his software as a service and establish a continuous revenue stream. So the cloud is great. It removes the pain from the customer and the vendor. Everybody's happy, except now we know not everything can run in the cloud. We now face the challenge of edge computing, and nobody wants to go back to the way it was before. Edge computing should look and act as much like cloud computing as possible. That is the challenge that edge computing must solve. So thank you, and please look for more lessons from Edge University.